my gosh. Hey guys, oh, what is going on? Yes, I am back. It's been a few months. It's been a crazy few months, but it is June now, and I said that's it. We can't not be putting videos out anymore. Like, you know, not putting videos out anymore. Do I even know how to do videos anymore? I have no idea. This is going to be my June TBR, but I did kind of want to explain kind of my short absence. By short, it's been like 4 months. Sorry, guys. If you want to just watch the June TBR portion, I will put the time right here for you so that you guys can jump to that as per usual. The cats are going to be meowing in the background, mainly Tula, because she thinks every moment of the time that you're in the kitchen she gets fed, so whatever. Let's start off with what's been going on. As you can see, elephant in the room, I cut my hair. I had a little bit of a crisis moment and I decided to chop my hair off. This was about 5 weeks ago, and I was kind of toying around with the idea of doing it, and I said, you know what, it's hair, just chop it. So this is my, I would like to call it my midlife crisis hair, because that's what it felt like I was going through, but this is just my crisis hair. This is how I dealt with my crisis, and she's freshly pinked. I just went 2 days ago, and had this done. So if you've been on this channel before, you know I have a family member that's been sick, and it's not been easy. I'm talking doctor's appointments. They had a major surgery in March, and recovery has been very slow. So I dedicated a lot of my time to helping out with my family member, and that's really why I wasn't doing videos. Like I could have, but the mental state when you're taking care of somebody who went through a major surgery sometimes can be a lot. You know, you're trying to work, you're trying to take care of them, you're trying to deal with your own life, and it can be kind of rough. So that's kind of the gist of why I wasn't there. It was just a lot of hospital visits, surgeries, not me, my family member. We're gonna have a better summer. I'm trying to manifest the perfect summer. Racing has started already. I got, well, you can't see without me moving some books. I got my pool for outside already. I'm really excited to set that up. I got my plants last week, all my vegetable plants, so I get to plant my garden soon. Like I said, racing is here. My birthday is in 2 weeks, and Donna's taking me to this really cool place. I can't wait to share it with you guys. It's going to be magical. I already have like all these outfits in my head as to what I want to wear. But yeah, it's going to be fun. So thank you guys if you have stuck around, you know, and waited for me to come back. I really appreciate it. I know we're a small book family, but we're a mighty book family. So with that little update, let's talk about what's going to happen as far as this channel goes. So as I slowly get into it, I have a plan of doing a video a week. I already have it written down what I want to plan on doing. This one being the first one. I wanted it up yesterday, but Mother Nature had other plans for me. The evil woman thing had other plans for me yesterday. We're gonna we'll settle with when we can get this up. But yeah, once a week I want to do a video. Of course, there will be a vlog, like a reading vlog, but like an update as to like what's going on type of vlog. You know, I'll take you guys to the racetrack and, you know, all these like little adventures. You'll see what I'm reading. I want to do also this month how do I call it? Like a mid-year kind of reading update, like what I've read so far. But I want to do it in the way, and let me know if you guys think this is cool. I want to do it in the way that Jan Agaton does it, where she does a reread, rewrite, or kill it, or something like that. I don't know. It's like reread, rewrite, burn. I think she does. So I want to do that type of style. I don't read as many books as she does. She reads a crazy amount. If you don't follow Jan Agaton, first of all, what are you doing with your life? Go follow Jan Agaton. She can do one like once a month, and and have quite a long video. I do not read as much as she does, so, you know, we'll slowly kind of trickle it in there. And then I want to do a book unhaul. There's still books over there that I had promised I was going to unhaul, and I haven't unhauled yet. I've not brought them anywhere. I still had plans on showing you guys what I was going to unhaul. So those are the videos that are going to come up this month. Could there be more? Sure, there could be. But right now, I'm allowing my mental status to handle once a week. Without further ado, we're gonna get into the TBR, because I mean, there's some books you're gonna already have seen that I haven't read yet. We're gonna pick one book out of the TBR jar. I've got some books that I've already started reading that I plan on finishing this month. Let's get to the TBR portion of this video. So first off, we're going to talk about the books that I've already started to read and I plan on finishing. Let's start with this one first. I recently went book shopping and this book caught my eye. This is The Starving Saint by Caitlin Starling. She wrote The Death of Jane Lawrence, if you read this. And this cover, I didn't know anything about this book, and I just was like, what is this? And I'm looking at it, and Don was with me at Barnes & Noble, and he goes, does that say Unhinged Cannibal Book of My Dreams? And I go, oh, yes! I bought it, and I am pretty close to being done. I have about 100 pages left, and when I tell you, this is it's got magical realism, I think you would call it, cannibalism, fever dream-esque situations. There's creatures. It's a crazy, crazy book, and I can't believe I'm saying this. I think this might beat out Bunny. This might beat out Bunny. However, I do plan on doing a reread of Bunny this year, so I might just be thinking that because I haven't read Bunny in a long time, but this is a crazy, crazy, messed up, unhinged, like it says in the cover, book. I can't put it down. I literally am enjoying it so much. And this just came out, I think this came out 2 weeks ago. So it's a newer book. And yeah, I'm enjoying it. Let me tell you what it's about. I'm going to kind of read you a little bit because me trying to explain the unhingedness of it it's too much. So it says, Amar Castle has been under siege for 6 months. Food is running low and there has been no sign of rescue. But just as the survivors consider deliberately thinning their number, the castle stores are replenished. The sick are healed and the divine figures of the Constant Lady and her saints have arrived, despite the barricaded gates offering succor in return for devotion. Soon the entire castle is under the sway of their saviors, partaking in an intoxicating feast of terrible origin. The war hero Servan gives her allegiance to the Constant Lady. Fascinine, I think is how you say it. I haven't known this whole time. A disorganized, paranoid, nun-turned-sorceress races to unravel the mystery of these new visitors and externate her experiments as their source. And in the bowels of the castle, a serving girl, Trella, is torn between her thirst for a secret vengeance and the desperate need to escape the horrors that are unfolding within Amar's walls. As you can imagine, people are hungry. This takes place in the medieval times, and cannibalism. There are some crazy cannibalism parts. So if you like unhinged stories, please pick this up. Next is one I've started. I haven't finished. I'm not very far in because it's a chonker of a book, and that is Night Film by Marisha Pessel. I don't know if I'm saying that right. This used to be a library book, and now it's not anymore. See, it says discard. But I've heard really good things about this book. It's been on my shelf, and the cool thing about this book is there are mixed media in here, which is pretty dope. I just know it's about this director, and he might be a little crazy. There's some mystery behind the films he's made. His films are also like dark and disturbing. He doesn't do many interviews. And then in the beginning of the book, his daughter supposedly commits suicide. But a reporter thinks that it wasn't a suicide and there was something much more going on. Like I said, I haven't gotten very far in this book. I'm only 58 pages in. And the other thing, can I just say, listen, this is the feel of the paper. Anybody else, like, just enjoy feeling, like, sometimes books has really nice paper? Anyone? Me? Just me? Okay. I'm really excited about it, this book. I've heard a lot of good things about this book. I'm finally getting to it. It is a chonker of a book. I mean, it's over 500 pages long, almost 600 pages. And yeah, I think this is going to be great getting into, you know, summer. Everyone's kind of going to the drive-in theater and stuff like that. And there's lots of creepy movie watching. And then I have two more things that I'm currently reading. I gotta open up my Kindle and tell you about it. It is a Stephen King book. I haven't finished it. I started it. It's a collection of stories, and it is called Skeleton Crew, but it has The Monkey, which is the movie that just came out not too long ago. It has The Mist, and all these other short stories in it. This is also quite a long book. I am 74% done, so almost there. 481 pages in. I don't know. I think once I read The Monkey and The Mist, and there's like one other one, I think, that I really liked. Can't remember what it was. I've kind of gotten over it, but I have to finish it. I need to finish it. It's on the list of things to do. And then the one audiobook I am listening to currently is the second book in Hannah Grace's romance series. Why can't I think of what it's called? I don't know why I can't think of what it's called right now. I'll leave it here. But it's the second book in that series. The first book was Icebreaker. This one takes place at a summer camp, and I'm not too far into that. It's gonna be really cute. They just got to the summer camp where I'm at. It follows Russell, who was a hockey player we met in the last book, and he's got a job at the summer camp. I think he falls in love with a girl. Obviously, he's going to fall in love with the girl. I'm not very good at explaining it, but yeah, I'm excited to read all that, considering I have some dark books I'm reading already. It's a nice little cleanser while I'm driving out to the racetrack, if you know what I mean. All right, so now we've reached the portion where these are books I haven't read yet. I want to get to them. As we know, I'm a slow reader, so who knows if I'm going to get to that. But the first book is the reason I went to Barnes & Noble the other day, and that was for The Amalfi Curse by Sarah Penner. This is a stunning collector's edition. Like, hi. Hello. This is gorgeous. Can you see? I hope I'm doing this justice. Like, yes. Like, yes. Work with me here. These pages, this cover. I was going to get this somewhere else, and then I saw Barnes & Noble was doing an exclusive edition, and I had to get it. So Sarah Penner wrote The Lost Apothecary and the Seance Society. I see the book. But there's a glare on the book. Something Society, Seance Society, the Seance Society, the London Seance Society. One thing I really like that Sarah Penner does, and I'm not very big on like historical-esque books, but she does it so well. She adds mystery into it, and she usually does like dual timelines. The Lost Apothecary did the dual timeline really well. There's kind of a subtle amount of it in the London Seance Society, so I'm guessing it'll be a little bit in this book as well. Let me read this to you, what it's about. Tula, what are you doing? It starts off by saying, powerful witchcraft, a hunt for sunken treasure, forbidden love on the high seas, beware the Amalfi Curse. Like, already, like, that seems kind of summary for me. Sunken treasure? Forbidden love on the high seas? Yes? Jack Sparrow, where are you? Haven Ambrose, a trailblazing nautical archaeologist, has come to the sun-soaked village of Pastino to investigate the mysterious shipwrecks along the Amalfi coast. But Haven is hoping to find more than old artifacts beneath the azure waters. She is secretly on a quest to locate a trove of priceless gemstones her late father spotted on his final dive. Upon Haven's arrival, strange maelstroms and misfortunes start plaguing the town. Is it nature or something more sinister at work? As Haven searches for her father's sunken treasure, she begins to unearth a centuries-old tale of ancient sorcery and woman's quest to save her lover and her village by using the legendary art of Strengthina, a magical ability to harness the ocean. Could this magic be behind Pastino's latest calamities? Haven must unravel the Amalfi curse before the region is destroyed forever. So I wonder if the dual timeline will be between her present day and then her father from the past. That will be pretty cool. But I am excited to read this, and like I said, this is a stunning cover and the end pages are just beautiful. I love it. These two books I'm not going to get into too much. They've been on my TBR. In fact, I think the last TBR I did, whenever that was, you can probably go and hear my explanations on that. But this is What Big Teeth by Rose Sasbo. It's a werewolf story. I believe it's YA. Yes, it's YA. Yeah, it's just a YA werewolf story. I don't know if you can see them in the background. They're nuts. And then this one, we have The Close Years, I think it's called, by Katie Hayes. This has to do with a medieval art museum and garden where this woman meets a group of enigmatic researchers studying the history of tarot. So this book has a lot to do with tarot, and again, something that seems right up my alley. It was a Read with Jenna book, so it's got to be good, right? I know I'm flying through all of this, but it's a lot of books I want to get to, and it's probably not going to happen, but, you know, we can dream. The next one I have is The Day of the Door by Laurel Hightower. This is one I got in my Nightworms, and this one just says, once there were 4 Lasco siblings banded together against a world that failed to protect them, but on a hellish night that marked the end of their childhood, eldest brother Sean died violently after being dragged behind closed doors. Though the official finding was accidental death, Nathan Lasco knows better and has never forgiven their mother Stella. Now, 2 decades later, Stella promises to finally reveal the truth of what happened on the day of the door. Accompanied by a paranormal investigative team, the Lasco family comes together one final time, but no one is prepared for the revelations waiting for them on the 3rd floor. So I think it's zombies. This is a shorter book. Shouldn't take me too long. It's a little over 200 pages. It'll be a quick read. And then also from my Nightworms a while ago, this is Shooting Star by Joe R. Lansdale. It's really tiny. It's 43 pages. I should actually read this to try and boost my reading goal, because it's looking a little scary. So it says, John Shaw just wanted to go fishing and live off the land. Now he is one of only a few survivors involved in a horrific crash between a locomotive and a flying saucer. Stranded in an unforgiving environment, desperate to survive, he and the remaining passengers must outrun and outsmart the alien life forms that are picking them off one by one. Packed into a tightly woven, ripping yarn, Shooting Star is a beautifully told story of survival and wit as the clash between man and invader intensifies and the end of human race looms near. The only thing I'm going to say, because it's so short, I'm nervous that it's going to go, like, there's not going to be enough information. You know what I mean? Like, how do you have an alien invasion and it's solved, or maybe it's not solved in 43 pages? I don't know. I'm a little worried about this, but it's tiny. Let's get it done and over with. And then my last one I've had in the basket before we pick one more book out of the TBR jar is Waif by Samantha Kolsonick. Also another book I got out of my Nightworms. I'm really trying to read my Nightworms books because I have a bunch of them I haven't read. So this is Angela has everything she thought she ever wanted. A successful husband, a lavish house, and a bottomless fortune. But the sight of a strange man in a grocery store one night reawakens her dormant sexuality, and soon Angela embarks on a dangerous descent into the world of underground pornography and back alley plastic surgery. As the stakes get higher, long-buried memories surface, and Angela finds herself enamored with Rena, a fetish film performer. With some help from a queer gang called the Waifs, Angela is forced to make the decision between her unhappy upper-class life and treacherous world of underground film. That's that, which is a great book to read. We're in June. This is Pride Month. This is probably a good one to read for Pride Month, and it's short. 100 pages. It's exactly 100 pages. Those are the books that were in my TBR basket. Let's pick one more because I apparently enjoy torture. See, the next month, if I can get through most of these books, we can choose even more on the jar. But I'm going to stick with this torture and one more. So here we go. We have... Oh, I already did this. The Bra You Hockey Romance series. I actually read all 4 books while I was away from you guys. So, that could come out of there. Sweet. Let's see. Forgotten Sisters by Cynthia Paleo. It's a Nightworms book. Alright, let me see if I can find that. Let's see. Okay, I found it. I was having a little bit of hard time finding it because I thought it was a hardcover book for some reason, but it's not. It's paperback. So this is The Forgotten Sisters by Cynthia Paleo. It's under 300 pages, so that's not too scary, thank goodness. So it says, Sisters Anna and Jenny live in a historic bungalow on the Chicago River. They're tethered to a disquieting past, and with nowhere else to go, nothing can part them from their family home. Not the maddening creaks and disembodied voices that rattle the old walls, not the inexplicable drownings in the area, or the increasing number of bodies that float by Anna's window. To stave off loneliness, Anna has a podcast spinning ghostly tales of Chicago's tragic history. But when Anna captures the attention of an ardent male listener, she awakens to the possibilities of a world outside. As the relationship grows, so do Jeannie's fears. More and more people are going missing in the river, and then 2 detectives come calling. They're looking for a link between the mysteries of the river and what's housed on the bank. Even Anna and Jenny don't understand how dreadful it is, and still can be, when the truth about their unsettled lives begin to surface. Cool. And that's kind of a cool cover, too. Awesome! So that's great. So these are all the books I'm going to try to read. It's not good. I can already tell you. It might. We might be okay, because I'm almost done with The Starving Saints. I'm almost done with that Stephen King book. Obviously going back and forth to the track. I'm going to get that audiobook done. Yeah, but all these other ones, I don't put. Thank you guys so much for watching this long video. Hopefully I didn't stumble too much and I remembered enough on how to film a video. Also, if you've stuck around literally during my absence, I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Life can just suck sometimes, and it pushes you away from the things that you like to do, and making videos is one of those things. So let me know what you guys are reading for June. Is there anything I need to add to the pile? I don't think I need anything to add to the pile, but give me some ideas of books I should look out for, And yeah, with that, thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, subscribe, become a member of this beautiful bookish family, and I will see you all really soon next week for next week's video. Bye!